8.
Welcome back here to the What's Cooking program, America's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. I'm Michael Hoard. That's Paul Stern.
Oh boy, Mike, this is something that we've all been waiting for. It's not only Garen Staglin's just a great friend of the program, but this is, I think, when it gets down to the coolest events in all of Napa Valley, this has got to be one of them.
Hey, Garen Staglin, welcome here, and we want to talk about this Staglin Family Festival. It's coming up here now, the 16th Annual Music Festival for Mental Health. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Great to be with you guys this morning and all of your listeners.
Hey, you got to be excited, but, I'm sure there's a little anticipation because you've put this thing on. This will be the 16th year of doing this for a really good cause. And is everything getting in place? You getting ready to go for this coming weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. We've got, 70 of the world's greatest wineries pouring for us, and all the wines have arrived. And we've got Dwight Yoakam coming in on a jet the day of, and we've got all our guests are getting their boots and hats out and cleaning them up, getting ready for the party. So it's going to be great.
Dwight Yoakam, that guy can really bring it, let me tell you. And whether you like country music or rock music, he can play them all for you.
He's got the range, and, we've had in the past, we've had such rock and roll greats as Pat Benatar and Gladys Knight and the Pointer Sisters. So we thought we'd change it up a little bit and do a little boot scooting here with Dwight.
Yeah, and you talk about the good wines. Here's the thing, just to tell our audience how incredible the wines are. I don't want to just pass over this. I'm not saying that all wines aren't great, but sometimes it's hard to taste certain types of wines. If you're talking about a Screaming Eagle, if you're talking about a Pizzoni Pinot Noir, and these, not only are these wines being poured, but the winemakers or the owners are there. Just last week, I was hanging out with the great Gary Pizzoni. This is the guy that legend has it went to Latoche and tasted some grapes, and that Pizzoni clone may be something pretty special there. Well, that's all I'll say. And he was talking about going to the event, and he loves to go each year. And he says it's incredible because he, as a winemaker, sometimes doesn't get to taste the Screaming Eagle or maybe the special Staglin Family Reserve from years back that gets poured at this event, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, these are very, very hard to find wines. Sloan is one that's going to be there, Abreu, the Colgans, the Harlans, the Bonds, the Pissonis, we even have Mr. Antinori pouring Celaya. We have a collector who's bringing 5-liter format of Grand Cru Burgundies, Grand Echezot, Romani Saint Vivant. I mean, these are bottles that this will be 1986. You just don't find these wines. So, in many ways, the concert day part of our event, even though 100% of it goes to the charity, is a bargain for anyone who's into wine and food.
It is just a special, one-of-a-kind event. And the setting is unbelievable because it's right there at the Staglin Family Vineyard. And you can tell everybody about these caves. This is just an experience to go through the caves by themselves.
The caves are pretty cool in more than one sense.
Exactly.
Instead of using any of our vineyard land, we decided instead to dig a 24,000 square feet of caves right inside the mountain that's at the western edge of our vineyard property. So you open these doors, and inside it is 60 degrees, 24 by 7 by 365, without us having to do anything, because that's the temperature of the ground, and Mother Nature gives us that. And it's a beautiful experience in there. It's the perfect environment for aging our wine in barrels and making our wines in there in the fermentations. And it's a really cool place to have these 70 different wineries pouring, and Richard Reddington delivering these fabulous past appetizers. And it's a 2-hour party that I'm sure everyone will enjoy who gets to come.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything, but not only is it cool, and there's some great wines in there from the Staglin Family Vineyard, but every year, Garen and the lovely Sherry Staglin lock in all these winemakers. They actually are stuck in there for a year, ladies and gentlemen. So
well,
the Colgans,
stuck in there for a year.
Yeah, the Colgans, the Harlans, they're all there.
They all bring at least 3, and some of them 6 to 12 bottles.
Wow.
So if you do the math, multiply that number times 70, and the fact that there's only about 450 guests, you can see that there is a beaucoup amount of wine to be enjoyed throughout the day, because what isn't poured for the tasting or wasn't consumed during the tasting, all that wine then goes out to the tent for the concert. So we carry on for at least another 2 hours with the wines and the dancing and the listening to the great music. So it's a great afternoon, preceded by a scientific symposium. So if you want to know what's going on with the latest in neuroscience and our efforts to cure mental illness, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, post-traumatic stress disorders, and others, come for the concert at noon. The symposium, which actually is free to the public. So from noon to 2, that's a free symposium. You need to register for that by calling our number at 707-963-3994. But if we have your name, you're welcome to come and be our guest for that symposium.
It really is quite an opportunity not only to enjoy great wines, have great food, but also to learn quite a bit about the issues involving mental health.
It's a unique opportunity, as you said. We have 10 of the top neuroscientists in the country here. So they are, several of them are speaking, but most importantly, they are accessible to people throughout the day. So if you have questions, you want to talk with people about some issues that you have personally or friends or family members, they're here for you throughout the day to answer your questions and help. There's a lot of stigma still about these illnesses because people don't understand them. These are genetic disorders that are environmentally triggered. No one did anything wrong. You weren't a bad parent. You didn't do just because you have depression and just can't get over it by sucking it up, which is what our American ethic tells us. It's just like if you have diabetes. You need insulin. You have these illnesses. You need the right medications to rebalance your system, and so you get the right chemical balance going again, and then you can get back and lead a productive life.
Garen, we want you to hang in here. Can you hang in one more segment?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And for our listeners, I just have to say, this is the side of the wine country that I think the listener doesn't get to see on a regular basis, and this is what goes on every single day in wine country, is yes, they're incredible growers, they are farmers, yes, they are incredible blenders and makers of grapes or great chefs, yeah, and they're great people, but this is the side that I love to expose to the world, is the side of the giving back, of putting together these music festivals. I mean, the Staglin family vineyard, they have an incredible vineyard. They make it open every year. This will be the 16th annual event here to bring awareness to things. And winemakers and the people of Napa, Sonoma County do this all the time. We'll have more for you when we come back. It's What's Cooking.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful